No, 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 you got it all wrong. You were supposed to deliver it 2 days ago. Look, I don't care what kind of complications you've had. You either deliver it by Friday or I'm ruining your marriage. It's really that simple. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that I knew about your little affair. So I'll leave you with that. It's nothing personal, it's just business. I'm sure you understand. Oh, hey, you're up. I think I gave you a little bit too much tranquilizer. Sorry about that, but it's a little bit hard to calculate a correct dosage given all of your special abilities. Now, before I take the duct tape off your mouth, I'm gonna answer some of your questions. So, where are you? We're in my mom's basement. I'm just kidding. We're actually in the Swiss Alps in my very secret, very evil lair. It's actually beautiful this time of year, once we step outside. So the next thing you're probably wondering is what I've done this time or any of my plans to take over the world or whatever. But surprise, surprise, I'm actually over with those days, as I'm sure you've noticed. But so far I've done nothing. Now, I might have lied a little bit. I was supposed to get my goo goo gas 2 days ago for a hit on a football match to turn all the players into 5-year-olds. A truly despicable act, if I do say so myself. And don't worry, the effects are temporary and reverse after 5 hours. But, anyways, I'm getting off track. This leads me to my next answer to one of your questions on why you're here. But in order to get a response, I have to take the duct tape off your mouth so you can actually speak. And before I do it, don't bother screaming or trying to break loose. No one's gonna hear you, and those braces are a titanium alloy, so you're not getting out of it, but you can always try. Thank you for not screaming. This makes it a lot easier. So, the reason you're here is because something is wrong with you. Hold up. Let me explain. I don't know what's been up with you, but for the past 6 months, you've just disappeared. Like, gone, without a trace. You've let me get away with all my plans for 6 months. That's a lot, and that's very unlike you. You're always there to put up a fight and try and stop me, and then all of a sudden you're just gone, just like that. Now it's no fun getting away with everything. Winning with no challenge whatsoever is so incredibly boring. So, what's been up with you? Why just drop everything? Sure, you don't have to tell me anything because your job is to beat me up and stop me whenever I'm up to no good, but here's the thing. Help me understand what's been going on with you, and I'll make you a deal you won't expect. Now, I understand me kidnapping you and locking you up in this empty room in the middle of the mountains isn't the best play to kick things off, but how about I bring you outside so you can look at the beautiful mountains while you get a couple things off your chest? And believe me, you won't find these views back home. Come on, let's go outside. And I'll take a blanket so you don't get cold. Here we are. Look at it, it's beautiful. Breathe it in. That's that fresh mountain air. It feels like you're breathing for the first time. Oh, and my bad. Here's the blanket so you don't get cold. Oh, and one last thing. I forgot the drinks. Anything you want? Coffee? Tea? Red Bull? Okay, good choice. I'll be right back. Okay, here you go. I'll put it off to the side. Now, obviously, I'm not going to release you for obvious reasons because that would be too risky, and then you could escape, and then where's the fun in that, right? So instead, your chair has a movable arm that I specifically made for drinks without having to use your hands. Yeah, you have the little joystick off to your left hand. Yeah, I designed all of this myself, built it myself. I'm kind of a genius, but you already knew that. Why am I doing all of this? Well, basically, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. I've gotten bored of doing my acts over and over again. It gets boring and repetitive. And I want to start using my skills for something more purpose driven instead of just turning professional athletes into babies for a couple hours. Like, yeah, obviously it's funny, but it's time to move on to better things like shorting stocks and making hedge funds bleed money kind of thing. Something a little bit more useful. I don't know, just trying to find something where I can have fun while also trying to serve a purpose that hopefully works out in the end. I know, very surprising, totally unlike me, but enough about me. You're still my biggest surprise. So, what's been going on with you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the stress of life is always pretty heavy, especially with you. I mean, you seem pretty busy. You're a student, you got your own personal life, social life, and you still have enough time to go and break my pinky. Yeah, don't think I forgot about that. But honestly, even me being the villain, I usually have a lot of trouble managing everything. It gets pretty time consuming. It's not easy being a villain, but I try. But if there's anything that you've shown me, well, not just me, but everyone, is that you're an incredibly strong girl. Quite literally. And not just that, but you're also really smart and very capable of managing your day to day life while working towards other things. And yeah, this does sound kind of too good to be true, but soon enough you won't have to worry about me ruining your day and messing with your Saturday night plans anymore. Or at least not as much as before. So, how do you usually sleep at night? Oh, okay. Do you use any sleep aids? Oh, really? ASMR? Yeah, I've heard of it, and actually, I make my own sometimes. Yeah, I make them whenever I get the chance, which isn't all the time, so it's kind of rare. But yeah, I have my own hobbies as well, and making ASMR audios is one of them. Speaking of that, would you like an experimental ASMR session? What's so experimental about it? Well, I'm gonna do some triggers that I haven't done before with some of the stuff that I have laying around, and obviously some classic triggers, but maybe you'll like it. So if you're down, I'll go get the stuff, and you can relax here, enjoy the fresh mountain air and the views as well. So is that a yes? Okay, cool, sounds good. And please, just one more time, don't try and break free. The chair will electrocute you if you try, so it's in your best interest not to. I'll be right back, alright? Don't move. Literally, you can't move, so please and thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna start with some of the classic triggers, just tapping on this plastic box, and we'll move on from there, alright? So, why am I doing all of this? Well, because like I've said before, I want to start something new and do something more useful with my life, and honestly, being in this kind of business gets kind of lonely. Everyone only talks to you for money or for connections or because they need something from you, which it starts to take a toll on you after a while. Nothing genuine ever comes from it. So making friends is something that is pretty difficult and something I'm looking to do. And what better place to start than with you, obviously. And yeah, kidnapping you isn't the best way to start off, but I'm trying here. But anyways, enough about me. So, do you plan on coming back to the superhero lifestyle or settle down for something more normal? Being at a crossroads is incredibly difficult, but you've been doing this for a while, so I think a break is a pretty good idea. Even with all of your abilities and everything, not everyone or everything is your responsibility. So take a break and spend some more time with your friends and family, doing the things you actually enjoy doing and some of the more things that are more exciting in life. After all, time is the most precious thing that any of us have, and sadly, I'm just realizing that now in my personal life. I've wasted so many of my talents and opportunities on trying to fill a void in myself, but it hasn't really worked out the way I hoped it would. But I mean, better late than never, right? Hopefully, I've come off as at least somewhat convincing that I've changed at least a little bit, right? But isn't this nice? A little bit of ASMR, a good view, a relatively comfortable chair. I don't know. Do you want to repeat it sometime? A take two? Yeah, kind of like hanging out. Do you want to hang out sometime after this? No chairs, no handcuffs, but we'll keep the views and the good drinks and do all the things that friends do, like going out to eat, exploring the city. I've always wanted to try escape rooms just to like try out my intelligence. But that's just me though. I don't know. Maybe they could be fun. Or, anything else you have in mind. We can always try it out. And just remember, if you say no, I'll just have to kidnap you again. But you're a smart girl. You'll choose the right option. So, okay. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Honestly, this turned out a little bit better than I expected. I guess kidnapping really does work, but anyways, that's a joke, by the way. That's a joke. I'll let you know when I'm in town so we can hang out. But anyways, you look pretty tired with the time change, the tranquilizer, and everything. It looks like you could take a nap. So I'm going to continue the ASMR treatment so you can fall asleep with this beautiful view, by the way, and this beautiful weather too. And don't worry, I'll bring you back in once you fall asleep so that you can rest properly. If that sounds good, I'll just continue on. All right? So sleep well.